Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we have a brand new update for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, version 1.19.80. This update brings a wide variety of changes, and we're going to go ahead and cover all of them. So, first up, I'm going to go ahead and put myself into survival here, because item frames are a bit weird and creative. But when a player gets killed with a sword that is renamed or enchanted, the text enchant will either be colored or it'll say what that thing or mob or player was killed with. For demonstration, I've got some tamed horses here. There you can see it says was slain using subscribe, and with the enchanted one, it alright, well, it didn't say anything in chat that was in a different color, but it's supposed to. So let's just ignore the horse murder. Pressure plates, weighted pressure plates to be specific, have different sounds now to match those on Java. Melons and pumpkins can all grow onto mud, podzile, rooted dirt, and muddy mangrove roots. And just to prove to you that they do grow there and I didn't just place those there, we're going to go ahead and set the random tick speed to 1000 so we can watch them grow in. Even on 1000 tick speed, these things grow slow. Alright, but there you got it. They have all fully grown, so now I gotta set the tick speed back to 1. After that, armor stands can now be killed with a /kill command, but they do not make a sound. They've always been able to be killed with this command, but now they will not make a sound when it is done. And just to prove it to you, in case it's too quiet, I'm going to spawn in a bunch more. Not a single sound. So we can go ahead and put that away. The hitbox on pandas and polar bears has been changed to better match Java. And when I say hitbox, I also mean the collision box, which is what they said in changelog, but they're pretty much the same thing. Now in Bedrock, you can just kind of walk through a mob, so it's a bit hard to tell, but I mean, we can't really see mob hitboxes, so we're gonna say okay. Next up, this one's gonna be a little bit of a pain to show, but if a mob is standing like on an incomplete block, so halfway on the slab, and this other block is half a campfire, they will be taking damage from it. So to try and show this to you, we're going to smush this creeper up against that fence post, place a campfire, and now it's just going to die. Proving that the mobs will take damage on campfires if they're standing partially on an incomplete block. Next up, no more sneak flying. So normally when you're in creative mode and you're flying around, if you hit crouch, you go down, space, you go up, but if you hit both at the same time, you would crouch as if you're on the ground in the middle of the air. Now you just kind of float there. So yeah. Animations from swimming to walking and vice versa are now smoother. So to demonstrate this, we're just gonna jump in the water and swim around. It just says that they're smoother, so all around, as long as it still looks good, I'm alright with that. The ambient cave sounds will no longer play when you enter the end. There was an issue where if you went to the end, for some reason ambient cave sounds would just play in the background. Next up is the green particles of villagers. Now, whenever you successfully complete a trade with a villager, they will emit the green particles. This has always been a thing on Java, but now it is also on Bedrock. Next up, when you are breeding mobs, no matter what it is, feeding them will no longer play the player eating sound, so like the sound that plays when you eat something. As you can tell, there's apparently no sound that plays because I didn't hear anything. Next up, turtles can now fit in boats. There's that turtle, nice and chonky, taking up the whole boat. Only mobs that are smaller than the boat can now fit inside, so personally I'm not too sure why the turtle fits in the boat, because in my personal opinion it definitely looks bigger, but alright. So to go along with that, mobs such as camels, spiders, hoglins, and polar bears can no longer fit in the boat. And just to show that this camel is not actually in the boat, I can push both around separately, and the boat, yeah, they're just not in. You can tell that he's not in the boat, alright? The villagers cannot go through blocks when they're getting out of bed. There is a bug where if a villager got out of bed, it could just, like, go through a wall, and it was irritating. Polished or black stone buttons, bamboo, and mangrove no longer appear on maps. Now, I'm not entirely sure what they mean by mangrove. I'm assuming mangrove leaves, because mangrove wood would be a bit weird. But it just said mangrove on the changelog, so yeah, take your guess on what that means. Flowers are instantly visible when put in a pot. So previously, when you put a flower in a pot, there is a small delay. So what we're going to go ahead and do, I should have set this up, sorry to make you watch this, but we're going to grab a flower pot and a pot and just put it in. And yeah, that's instant. I mean, on my end, it looks like there might be a half a second delay, but it's fine. It's not like a minute or something delay, which I'm assuming is what the issue was. Nether portals can now replace other blocks when spawning in, such as grass, snow layers. Previously, it could only replace air blocks. So now when you are making a portal in the Nether, and it spawns in on the overworld, it could end up, you know, going into the ground and looking a bit more natural when it spawns in. You can no longer change the light levels of light blocks in survival. You were not supposed to be able to do this in the first place, and now you cannot once again. Campfires are now louder and more clear. I certainly agree with this. I can hear these things all the way back here. And my volume is on 60%. So, you know, definitely louder. Sponges, wet sponges to be precise, will no longer emit wet particles when underwater. Again, I should have grabbed this beforehand, but whatever. So we're just going to place some of these under the water. You should not be seeing these emit any wet sponge particles at all. And we'll even have some just kind of floating to see if anything drops from it. Yeah, nothing, as expected. Colored wool, messed up there, will no longer become white wool when updating a world from anything older than version 1.17. Previously, if you had a world and you never updated your Minecraft to update version 1.17, and you tried to update it now, your colored wool would all just turn white. Potions have no longer got an enchant glint. Sad face, this is slightly irritating for me. In my opinion, just seeing Minecraft potions without an enchant glint does kind of hurt my soul. But there are all of your potions. They've even changed the colors of some. For instance, night vision, I believe, is like a yellowish something now. Oh, no, it's blue here. Okay, I swear I had a night vision emitting yellow particles earlier today, but maybe I'm just going crazy. But yeah, everything no longer has an enchant glint. Some colors have been changed so you can better differentiate them. All around, I'm not the greatest fan of this change, but oh well, I guess. Now that that night vision is off of me. Cooking chorus fruit will now generate XP, so for this one, I'm just going to set that up like so, and we will revisit it in a little bit. There has been a glint slider for changing glint strength and speed, so on your enchanted items, if we just go ahead and take a look at this sword, for instance, even in the item frame, we can see the speed and the strength of the glint. If we go to settings, and I believe it was under accessibility, yep, there's your glint strength and glint speed. So if I put all of these both up to 100, it is much more purple and going a lot faster now. By default, this should be set to 50% for both of these. If we were to set both of these down to 0, now you can't even tell it's enchanted, but it is. And by default, they're both going to be at 50, so let's just show you what that looks like. This is what it's going to be like. by default for everybody now, but you can change it to be however you would like it. Boots won't Z-fight with pants anymore. Pants won't Z-fight with boots. Previously, these parts right here where they overlap would be all glitchy when they were on, but now they are not. So that's good. We can go ahead and check this out. I heard XP noises, so XP was definitely created. Capes will no longer go red when taking damage. To test this, I am going to go ahead and put on my cape. I do not know why I went to settings. Need to go in here. I don't really wear capes, not the biggest fan of them. But what we're going to do is do /game mode S right here. And we're just going to kind of go in this lava. Cape is not... Oh, it is actually. It does. If we are in the back again. Okay, well, I died. But we can go ahead and respawn and try this again. I'm pretty sure I saw the cape go red for a sec. Okay, yeah, it's definitely going red. But I don't know if that has to do with the fire or if that's just because it's actually going red. And in case you didn't hear the XP sound, we can go ahead and do this again. My XP bar did just go up, so you can see that is true, and I'm not lying there either. They have fixed a hole in the hopper model, so there was a bit of a glitch issue with it, I guess. I personally never noticed it, so it looks solid to me. Thumbs up, Mojang. Entering lava in third person will no longer make your camera go black. So, yep, camera is not black, we're all good. We can get out of that now. There were a good sum of changes to realms. I will put those up on the screen right now because I don't really want to read them all off. Not the biggest fan of realms. I do use one though, but yeah, not the biggest fan. But you can go ahead and read those for yourselves. And always, the changelog will be linked down below if you are interested on reading about even the extra smaller, finer details that were not covered in this video. Also, just for a heads up, in case you are not aware, with this update does bring the experimental features that were in the betas for the 1.19.80 version. To activate these, you have to go to your world settings and you have to go to the, experiments area. You turn these on when creating a world, or you can just go to do it after you already created it. But the three for the new update features are next major update, sniffer, and short sneaking. The short sneaking is just being able to sneak below areas that are 1.5 blocks tall. As I'm sure if you've been watching my beta and preview videos, you already know about most of this stuff, but just to show it off, we can now walk under there now. This also means that all of the pottery shards are going to be in here now, as shown there. I do not know... Okay, no, the sniffer egg is not a part of this yet, but archaeology generally is, and if we do /locate, and we're gonna look for a trail ruin. Trail ruins are in this now because, well, it just told me where one is. Here we are, there is a trail ruin, in case you have not seen one before. I recommend you go ahead and check out my beta and preview videos because I cover all of these new features when they are first released rather than just appearing in these updates. And whatever other small features, I'm pretty sure cherry grove biomes are in here. We do /locate biome cherry grove. Yep, cherry groves are now in here. We can do... Yep, there we are, cherry biome groves, all the things that have to go along with those as well. Now that these are available in here, you should definitely go check out my How About That SMP series, because now that I have access to the cherry parts, I'm going to be able to start doing some of my plans for the base I've got going on in there. Anyways, this has been Mr. Gaming Aquatic. If you have enjoyed, be sure to smash that subscribe button and hit the little bell so you never miss an upload. Share this video around with your friends in case they might want to know about the current Minecraft update. And I'll see you next time. Bye!